Okay, this here is in the back side of the nose cone, and that is the cooler. So I want to make some kind of a mount there. There's 4 fasteners on holes on that trans cooler. So I'm going to use them and just stand it off a bit so I can get some access to putting some hose onto it and run it back to the transmission. Okay, that opening is going to be cleaned up a bit. But that opening is in the nose of the car. And behind there, I'm going to mount this transmission cooler. And the air is going to blow in the tip. And that area right there is where they had the signal light or clearance light or whatever you want to call it in the CF100, and I've filled it in. Still want to put a couple more popper bits around the outside of it, but I'm going to put some screen in there, and I'm going to put some holes in that piece of aluminum, and the screen will back behind the holes so the rodents and whatever can't get in. Just air, and that will run through that hole, and that will blow on that radiator. So we got some scrap 80 grit. Okay. So that's good. And maybe I'll give it a blow. Clean now the paint off that and paint it again. Put that right there. Yeah, that's quite a sharp turn on that hose. And when I stand it off, I'm going to have more room. Yeah, so that'll be all right. I drilled the hole right there. That'll be my start hole. So I got this rack here, stainless steel, from the Restore for $5. So my material's inexpensive. And I'm going to build some standoffs from that to space that radiator out from the face so it's the right position. So if this is the bolt, I want to stand it off as much as possible. That material over there at the front is about a 1/16 of an inch thick. So I need to make, and this is looks like a 2-inch bolt, so I need to make those pipes out of this material about 1 3/4 inches. I'm going to cut 4 of them off. So I need 1 3/4 inches. So I got this little thing here, it's got a tape measure on it. I'll use it, it's handy. So there's 1 3/4 inches. I'm going to get it on, I'm going to tighten it. And there we go. So we got 4 standoffs now. So I'll drill a bigger hole here. That should be good. Get one of our bolts. There we go. So there's number one standoff to mount the radiator. So yeah, I got the cooler in and got it bolted. So you get that trans cooler right there hooked up to this line. So this is the nose cone, and this is where I'm going to be putting some holes in here and backing it with screen. And I'm going to give it some of my dragon scale look. Hold it on for now. I'm going to put some well nuts in there and make it so I can take it off. I need to deal with the wiring or with the transmission cooler. Okay, so this here is this clamp turned the opposite way because this here was sticking out there, and I'm trying to low profile this area. And then I took the two hoses and rerouted them up into it instead of a big thick one that was just circling here, and I got it going up into, so that'll cool the transmission off really well. So now I just need to build a chunk of fuselage right there and join it onto that and bring it up onto here and then kind of curve it around to here and kind of make it look pretty around this situation. So that is my next task. So I have a piece here. I put a piece here onto the car so it's permanently fastened on, and this is permanently fastened on here to this angle iron that I put in there. So I'm going to put an opening in here of some kind. I don't know exactly what yet, but I'm going to put some kind of a fancy opening in there. And then I made this template for the side of it to kind of enclose the side of the engine. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring this up over here. And then I'm going to build another side to it. So this piece here is going to be all aluminum under there. And I don't know whether I'm going to TIG weld this together and make it a roll so it looks round like the body, so it kind of fits the theme and not squared off edge. So that's something that I'm just kind of thinking about. So I wanted to enclose this engine a little bit so that the body fits better around the engine. So I made some templates, got a piece of aluminum formed and put into place. And there's a little spot right here on this bump where it needed that bump, where the lower rad hose comes into play. And then I'm going to give it some kind of a belly pan like that. So I get the belly pan back on, and I'm going to fit that piece up that I made a couple of years ago, and I'm going to modify it. I'm going to make it cut that off on that line right there. So that's going to fill that whole side of the car.